hello, let's chat. If you are transitioning into a new role, new job, these are such useful tips, reminders. It's like a blend kind of how to have more success and feel more confident when you're stepping into that new role or new job. So we'll jump right into it. Number one, get clear on the expectations. There is nothing worse than jumping into something new and not knowing what is expected of you, because two things can happen. You won't deliver to the best of your abilities because you don't know what those expectations are, and two, you are going to get frustrated. You're going to start second guessing yourself. You're not going to be as confident because, again, you don't know what the expectations are. So the very first thing is just ask. Let's narrow down this job description. Maybe you actually find, like, what are the deliverables? And if this is you starting your own thing, maybe it's a side business, get real on what is it I need to do. So this works too if you're doing it for a side business, for a new job, and have, a supervisor. So get clear on your expectations. That is number one. Number two, communicate. Communication is the key for so many different things and so many tips when it comes for when we're coaching and feeling more like a leader at work, all the fun stuff, have more success. But communicate to your significant others, communicate to your friends and family, communicate to your new colleagues at work. This also ties in with that getting clear on the expectations, but communicate maybe some things that they need to be aware of for you. So maybe there are certain habits, routines, that just factor in. I think, there is such thing as like too much communication, right? Like you don't need to bear your whole life story to the people that you're working with, but it is good to, if you do have to set a boundary, maybe it's literally like picking your kids up at school or something like that. Like communicate effectively. That way people aren't just assuming like, oh, this person's just offline or something like that. Does that make sense for you? So number one is get clear on the expectations. Number two is communicate effectively. And also, so this is setting boundaries piece and getting clear on that and communicating, but also it is communicating if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling overworked already. Communicate that. Again, you don't have to like bear your life story. You don't have to like pour it all out, but have a way to bring that up and say, I want to do my best here. Here are some gaps that I'm seeing, or here is where I need help. Ask for help and communicate, because the goal is we all want to be successful together, right? And if you don't communicate and share that, it's a lose-lose. So communicate. Do not be afraid to communicate. And that will also help you have more success as you transition into a new role, new career, or start your own side business, because it helps manage those expectations, which is number one. Number three, this is especially important when doing a brand new job, like new company or new agency, depending on where you're working, but also important in smaller, like if you're shifting to a role too, maybe it's just a new team, but figure out and take time to learn the key players, build a relationship with them. Relationships, people skills matter. Okay, we can work on that as well, but figure out the key players, figure out the ins and outs and who you need to communicate with for what, and just who is going to be a good go-to resource. Again, if this is a new role, new job, figure out the key players. If it's your new side business, this also can be a key player type thing, because maybe you're going to outsource some things and that helps with the managing expectations, the delegating. But especially if we're talking about something at corporate or government, figure out who the key players are and who you are going to build those relationships with. And that's not to, we're all a team, right? So like we're like, be a team player. That's like a subsection for this one, a sub note, but like be a team player. That should go without saying, but you are working as a team. It's not the you show. It's not the me. And we're more successful when we do work together, especially if you're stepping into a new role. You don't come in and say, this is like, I got this. Like, I don't need your help. Be a team player and also figure out who all those other key players are. That way you can make the most and really help move the team along. And number four, my favorite. Are you ready for this one? This is for those you high achievers out there. I know you're listening, and I know you're like, okay, give me all the deets, give me all the sauce, like the secret sauce. How do I do it? I need all this. I need it so I can be successful like that. I need to prove myself like that. This one's key for you. Give yourself permission. Allow yourself to be new. You, my friend, are allowed to be new. It might be a while since you started a new role, a new job. Maybe you've mastered the full-time job and you're starting something new, the side business. Anything that is new, it's new. It's just that. It's new. So you need to allow yourself, give yourself permission to be new. You will get there. There is no doubt that you will use the same skills that you've already built up. You already have accomplishments. You've already seen success in other areas. You're going to use that. You are capable, you are qualified, but there is a learning period when you're doing anything new. So do not be so hard on yourself when you aren't there yet, when you're not as comfortable as you wish you were. Allow yourself to be new. It's okay. You're in a new role. So yes, it feels new because it is new. It's just that. But sometimes, especially you high achievers, myself included, we want to be great at it and we want to be great at it right now. It does not happen overnight. Yes, some of your other skills that you're bringing in are going to help with that, but there's always going to be a learning curve for something new. So allow yourself to be new. Give yourself some time, a few months. It doesn't happen overnight, and enjoy the growth process. I know you're like, that's lame. I don't want to do that. Enjoy it. It's a growth, it's a learning process. Allow yourself to be new, and that, like, it's okay. It's okay. You're going to learn. You're going to make mistakes. That's okay. Then you're going to follow those 1, 2, and 3, the other tips that we just shared, which is giving it, like, managing expectations, communicating effectively, and being a team player and knowing who those key players are. When you put all that together, you're going to have more success and more confidence when you're shifting into that new role, that new job, or starting your own thing. It can happen. You're good. You got this. And just remember, the fourth one is so important. You're allowed to be new. It's allowed to be brand new, and you will get there. Just give yourself time, keep going, and communicate and ask for help if and when needed. You got this.